Live at Lunch is produced by KRFC 88.9 FM in the Ginger and Baker Studio in Fort Collins, Colorado, and supported by the Music District, a music-centric gathering place to cultivate talents, support professional development, and encourage connections.
Hey, and welcome to another KRFC RadioVision Live at Lunch. I'm Sean, your host. Today we have an amazing band from right here in Fort Collins, Colorado. Take it away, Bevin Luna.
Yeah, summer.
Just moving.
everybody go?
They're still in the house.
Where do they go?
They're still in the house.
You know I've been walking around in this town wondering, where did everybody go? Where do they go? Let's take our time, take a long way home, honey, let's ride. Just moving, just moving. Let's take our time, take a long way home, honey, let's ride. Just moving, just moving. Let's take our time, take a long way home, honey, let's ride. Just moving, just moving.
Yeah. All right, Just Moving.
Just moving.
All right, and right before that was my feel-good hit of the summer.
Awesome.
Called Summer.
Nice.
By Bevin Luna. Bevin Luna and her band just tearing it up right here in the Ginger and Baker studio. Want to start off and just say thanks for coming, and it sounds really good. So
Fantastic. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you. Bevin, I want to chat with you first as
Yeah.
we get moving into the hour. Tell us a little bit about like your musical past, or there's a lot of influences kind of all over spotted along. You can't tell from these first two songs, but if you listen to Bevin Luna play solo, there's like a little countryside to
Yeah.
you. There's a little punk, there's a little rock, there's a little surf.
Yep.
Where do you get your musical influences from?
Well, I'm from Memphis, Tennessee originally, and then my father's from the Caribbean and Dominican Republic, so it's kind of all over the board. I love blues, I love jazz, I love punk, I love country, I love grunge music, so it's kind of a mishmash of all of that. And being from the birthland of rock and roll, I feel like it all sort of comes together down there, so it kind of makes sense for all of my music as well to be kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. What was there? Do you remember a certain artist when you were maybe younger that really just grabbed your attention, or maybe one or two?
Well, in our house we listened to a lot of Jimi Hendrix, like Chuck Berry, Little Richard, Led Zeppelin, Santana.
Awesome.
My dad was way into like Al Di Meola and like George Benson and sort of jazz artists like that as well.
Cool.
My mom was way into the Beatles and stuff like the Platters.
Oh, yeah.
So that's kind of what we listened to in our house. And then as I got older, I fell in love with like Prince and Madonna and Michael Jackson and like Tony Basil and Devo and all those kinds of bands.
Just everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the best way to do it, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
It definitely shows in the music too that there's a little bit of everything, and it's so great to hear.
Thank you.
What was that last song from? Just Moving. What is that?
It's a brand new one.
Brand new,
actually.
and I was going to say I don't recall
Yeah.
hearing it, but
it's brand new.
maybe
It
I
hasn't
missed
been
it.
recorded. Yeah.
Awesome. That was really cool.
Great. We've been
And-
working on it and playing it live at most of the shows lately and just kind of working out the sound for it, and I think it's coming out pretty nice.
I think
far.
so.
Yeah.
And then Summer was from your brand new album, Madison and Angelus.
Yep.
Which gets a lot of play on KRFC. Just great EP all around.
Thank you.
Highlighting a big contrast from Buchanan, which came out 2020.
Yep. Came out in 2020.
Awesome.
Yep.
And that was stripped down. I think pandemic release kind of thing. Can you tell us a little bit about
Sure.
where Buchanan came from too?
Yeah. So Buchanan. I'm sorry, I'm from Tennessee. We say Buchanan.
Buchanan.
It was definitely a product of the pandemic and being trapped in our homes and I started working with Shane Zweigert, who works at the Music District, and he had this amazing Tascam 388 reel-to-reel tape machine. And he said, hey, let's do a stripped-down recording. And so worked on that with him, just the two of us. And then we had the parts flown in for the pedal steel from Jessie Bates.
Cool.
And then Bridget McAuliffe was on backing vocals for that, and she sent her vocals over from her house. So we were all sort of working remotely, and
Nice.
it was just like a mishmash, puzzle pieces put together, sort of EP that turned out to be super cool. And we were really
cool.
proud of it.
Yeah.
So glad you like it.
And it was and once again, a big contrast between Madison and Angeles, which is this super full, I can't remember exactly what you said, big fuzzy guitars and it's just this full the biggest album I've heard from you. Baby Dragon, of course, has kind of the similar surf rock punk kind of feel to it, but this one just seems a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Is that like growth musically, do you think, or is that just like better tools?
I think it's a little bit of both. Growth musically, and then also kind of going back to the garage punk influences from Memphis, and that's actually the street corner where me and my brother and my mom, we all kind of lived there
cool.
I was growing up at Madison and Angeles in Memphis, and there was the famous Antenna Club was right across the street from us where a lot of like garage punk came out of, and so that was kind of the goal, is to like have that big sort of sound, but still have, some clean sort of effect to it. And so we worked with Mike Quietek out in LaPorte and recorded it in the garage, true to form.
Woo.
And just had a great time doing that. It was
beautiful
mastered
new
by
album.
Jason Livermore, mixed by Andrew Berlin. And
Great.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Turned out awesome.
Yeah. Got some.
So more tools as
got
well.
some, more tools with people with more tools.
Exactly.
More people with more tools. Yeah. Well, awesome. Why don't we get to a couple more songs? This next song, it looks like Our News.
Yeah.
All right. You're listening to KRFC 88.9 FM, live at lunch. This is Bevin Luna with Our News.
Set a spell. Well, we could talk about the weather.
Our news is no longer news. Our news is entertainment.
Get It Right by Bevin Luna. And before that, Our News. Did you guys get it right that time?
We did that time.
I felt pretty good about it from over
we
here.
got that one right.
Well, we're here today. We brought you in for a very specific reason, and that's to answer the age-old, the timeless, eternal question of, is Bevin Luna a person? Is Bevin Luna a band? Bevin Luna.
Hi.
The person, can you tell us? Are you an entity? What's going on? Can you let's answer this for everybody in the world right at this moment.
Yeah, so it's a person. I'm a person. My name is Bevin Luna. Nice to meet you. It's funny because Justin sometimes is like, I'm in Bevin Luna. And I'm like, no. We play together. So my name is Bevin Luna, and I get to play with all these amazing musicians who agree to play along with me. So I'm just really grateful for that.
Ever-changing cast, sort of.
Yeah.
And we're very lucky in Fort Collins in northern Colorado to have so many phenomenal musicians.
Totally.
Do you want to take a moment and just introduce the band? And maybe we were talking about the Beatles before we started filming. So as she introduces you, name your favorite Beatles song that you can think of right away.
Ooh, I love it.
No time to wait. Just
this.
name your favorite Beatles songs. Then we'll chat with each one of you for a minute. So.
All right. To my left here, we've got Lance Ruby on the lead guitar.
Hello, I'm Lance. My favorite Beatles song is Something.
Nice.
We've got Dee Tyler on the bass.
Hi, how's it going? Ooh, my favorite Beatles song today is, well, now it's Something. It's the last one I thought of. So.
We have AJ Knight on the drums.
I'm AJ. My favorite song is Not Something. I think my favorite song is A Day in the Life.
Oh, that's a good one.
We got Justin Mall. Let me introduce you. Hold on. Justin Mall. Justin Mall on the synth.
Hi, I'm Justin Mall. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds
All right.
is the first one I thought of.
Yeah. And you're Bevin Luna, and your favorite Beatles
My
song
favorite is Today. Within the last 5 minutes, I'm Only Sleeping.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Pulling them out. Yeah, it's hard. There's so many good ones that I think it changes every day.
Yeah.
Say favorite Beatles song today is the way it needs to be phrased. So why don't we start with Lance? Lance, you've never been here before. Just kidding. Lance is plays in a lot of bands. Why don't you step up a little bit? Tell everybody what other bands you're playing with. You teach music as well. What's going on in
I
your
do.
life?
So I teach. I play in a bunch of bands. I play in Musketeer Gripweed, Graham Good and the Painters, the wonderful Bevin Luna. I play with a country artist named Bo DePena, and I also play with a local group called Sugar Britches.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
What was the other question?
You're a teacher as well.
Yes,
You teach music
I do.
as well.
I teach private guitar lessons.
Nice.
I have a room dedicated to it in my house, and I do that Monday through Wednesday, and then Thursday through Sunday, I'm doing things like this
Rocking and
and
rolling.
playing gigs and stuff. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming back in again. I'm sure we'll see you soon.
Yeah.
And D. Tyler has also in the past been a volunteer and ran live at
Absolutely.
lunches for a while. What are you
while,
up to
yeah.
nowadays, D?
Oh, I'm up to all sorts of no good. Musically, I play with the Patty Fiasco, and that's really fun. And I play with Bevin. I have a Fleetwood Mac tribute band that I enjoy immensely. Sometimes I do solo stuff. Last Friday, I played with the Alicia Kraft Trio.
Awesome.
Yeah, so whatever I can get into, really, and it's a real pleasure that Bevin invites me along on these. 'Cause, I really enjoy it.
And you work with Youth Stage as well, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Can you give us a little info about what Youth Stage is?
Youth Stage
It's really
is
cool.
a program that basically people funded a PA system and a trailer that kids in the modern band programs in the school district can just kind of use to do their own shows. In the past, I've done an after-school thing where we taught kids about audio engineering, and a lot of them are really good at it and are like out doing shows now. And that's one of the resources they have is just a PA that they can do shows on their own if they decide to.
Believe it or not, the trailer is one of the key pieces of equipment.
Oh, it really is, because then all the stuff's in one place, and it's
Exactly.
Yeah,
Well, that's
it's a real
awesome.
great thing.
And that's is that a weekly project that the kids are involved in while they're in school?
I mean, since I don't know, something was going on in 2020 that kind of put a bump and things like that. I'm not sure what was going
Yeah, I
on
don't know.
exactly, but yeah, it's kind of been in a bit of a hiatus since then. But we did like Foco MX.
Yeah, I was going to say you ran the sound at Foco MX
and we do
everything, and had some bands
shows
there.
at
and-
Old Town Square and
Nice.
stuff like that. So
Okay.
it's not a weekly thing, but we get them in there when we can.
Awesome.
So.
Well, that's great. And then we have AJ Knight. You play with any other bands? What's going on in your life? What do you do?
I mean, I lost a bet with Lance like years ago. So pretty much any band that Lance plays with, he's like, you have to play with this band now.
Awesome.
So I'm
Well,
with Bevin,
so you're
obviously,
very
and then
busy.
I play with Graham Good and the Painters occasionally. I also play with Bo DePena when he comes across into town as well. And then I got a tribute band too called the Douras Jam, and we just had a fun show.
Oh yeah,
recently.
at Mishawaka.
At the Mishawaka, yeah. That's right.
Opening up
And,
for Dead Floyd, and
that's right.
one of our DJs, bass player Andy B.
Yes, that's
is in
right.
that band as well.
That's right.
Awesome.
Yeah, Andy's.
How was
Andy's
that?
The one right there.
The one over, he's over to the left.
You know,
over
bass
here.
players, they're just interchangeable. I just look to my left and I go, well, this is
It's
the one
either,
I've.
yeah.
Here's the one I've got today.
Andy, it's D. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, the Mish show was pretty awesome, I imagine.
Yeah. Plus those, the folks in Dead Floyd, like when you talk about, area musicians, like,
Yeah. Oh, man.
just breaking apart from other bands and then reforming in these different ways, like they do with Dead Floyd. It's
It's a really
it's a pretty
cool
cool
project.
thing that we've got going on here in this area.
Yeah.
For sure.
Awesome. Awesome.
Shout out to the Gripweed Bros and Dead Floyd,
Right.
Stu and Goldberg.
Yes, Steven Goldberg.
Awesome. And then Justin Mall, you're playing the synth, and are you in any other bands or
Yes.
what do you do? What's up with you?
I play the synth, sometimes bass. I also play bass with a band called AM Pleasure Assassins.
Okay. Yeah.
It's been a Fort Collins band for
Yeah.
I think 12 years. I haven't been participating for 12 years,
Okay.
probably the last 4 or so. But yeah, Jared, who is kind of the guy who runs AM Pleasure Assassins, he's been doing it for a long time here in the Fort Collins area.
Awesome. That's cool. And Bevin, I had a question for you before we get back to music too. I hear the songs like I was saying earlier. When you're stripped down and you're playing, you still usually play electric when you play solo, and it can be kind of almost countryish and stuff. And then you bring it to the crew, whichever band members you're playing with at that time. When you're putting stuff together, are you bringing them kind of a band or a group of people, like the raw shell of a song, and then having, like, especially with this new album, there's a lot of like music breaks and stops and like cool instrumentals in the middle of it that personally I couldn't pull off playing by myself solo.
Yeah.
So do you just take the shell to it and then work with the group of musicians? How do you work with that songwriting process when integrating it into the band?
Yeah, typically we'll have some sort of a demo or some kind of recording, even if we just get together and record it in a rehearsal space so we can see kind of what sounds good. I'm always saying it doesn't have to be like the original recording. We can play it how it sounds good for us so it fits our dynamic. So
Okay.
This last EP is probably one of the first set of recordings that I can't really pull off the songs by myself. The recordings before that, I feel like I could pull off all of those in a solo
Figure
set.
it out, yeah.
And this one has been pretty challenging to
Yeah.
play any of them in my solo sets. And I've found myself by myself going, oh, I definitely am missing everyone right now, But yeah, it just depends on who the players are and if they're feeling the songs. If they're not into it, then I'm like, let's just cut that from the set list
Yeah,
and play
do
something that we
something
all
else.
enjoy playing together.
Yeah, because right away on Madison and Angelus, like that Bob is just like instrumentally brilliant,
Nice.
pieced together. And I was listening last night. I was like, how is she doing this? As a singer-songwriter bringing it in, it's always interesting to learn how other musicians are
Yeah.
pulling off these magical feats of
That one I just
music.
kind of brought everybody in pieces, and we just named all the pieces and parts and started memorizing what we were referring to. Like one part's called the fridge, and
Yeah.
there's just different areas of it that we kind of identify and
Then when you turn
understand.
into a jam band, you can just be like, play the fridge.
Play the fridge. Skip the fridge.
I just want to be really clear. It's not going to be a jam band. We already discussed this the other night. It's going to be a tribute. Like when we turn ourselves into a Bevin Luna tribute band, it's going to be, the name of the band will be Stairway to Bevin.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I'm getting it on tape right now so that we all, like, this is the first place people heard it. We get to keep that now.
Yeah.
Right? That's how that
Thanks,
works?
TM.
Copyrighted, yes.
That's how that works. Yeah.
So that will be an actual band, not a person.
That would be unless somebody names their child Stairway to
Yeah.
Bevin. And Lance, one more question for you.
Yeah, of course.
You're in so many bands. How many songs off the top of your head do you think you have in your brain?
Oh, man. Well, I mean,
All of them? I know. There's no notes or anything. It's
I do think that a skill that I have that maybe I could give as advice for anybody who wants to play in multiple bands is the more songs you learn, the easier song learning becomes.
Yeah.
And
That makes
memorizing
sense.
songs become easier the more songs you
Yeah.
learn, which seems a bit counterintuitive, You're like, I can barely keep these 5 songs together or whatever. But when you start
hear
learning
the patterns and stuff.
yeah, you're like, this tune's kind of like that tune.
Yeah.
This tune's kind of like that tune in a different key. And you start seeing these patterns, and that develops your ear in a way that you can, maybe not have something kind of perfectly learned, but
Awesome.
hear your way through it enough to not fake it, but just,
Piece it together.
when I was a kid, I was learning songs very in a meticulous way. And now I can learn songs I've learned songs in the car ride over to the gig.
Yeah, broad strokes.
Yeah, and still be hopefully somewhat accurate with it.
Like I said, 80%. Lance is 80% good on most songs. That's a lot of songs to be 80% good on.
That's pretty good. Well,
And then,
there's-
and then we get into the song, and then it comes back, right? Then muscle memory kicks them up to 100%.
Yeah, there's always that moment like when you finish playing a tune that you kind of
Yes.
don't know all that well, and you're like, Let's play it back because I'll nail it this time.
Yeah, this time. Sorry, folks, we're going to play that one again.
Yeah.
Well, that's the end of Lance's TED Talk. That was good. No, that's awesome. That's a good thing for people to think about when they're learning music, too.
Yeah.
When musicians are struggling to learn a new song or whatever, just
because
the more you do it, the better you're going to get, right?
you know, like when you ask me how many songs I know, it's like, man, the number of individual tunes is pretty big, but like how I look at it, you know, is like you said, like there's like, you know, several different categories, but they're kind of all doing similar things. Cool. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's great. Well, we're going to keep rolling with music. That was a fun little chat there. Next up, it looks like Bevin Luna is going to play All Along here on KRFC RadioVision's Live at Lunch.
Wherever you've been, I've been with you, following all the things you've been doing. And I've been growing since you've been gone, and learning this world has been keeping me strong. And I've been with you all along, and I've been with you all along. And this old town just ain't the same. Been riding my bike around in the rain, and this old river's got the memory of you, stealing my heart like I knew you would do. And I've been with you all along, and I've been with you all along. Got this hope to keep us alive. God only knows if we're gonna survive. 'Cause people change and love it dies. Don't you know it don't hurt to try? And I've been with you all along, and I've been with you all along, and I've been with you all along, and I've been with you all along.
All right, yeah, that was Bevin Luna with All Along. She's tuning down here. Coming up next, she's Bevin Luna and the band. Today's band are going to play 7 Yeah. So we'll give them a second here. Just a quick reminder, too. You can tune in to KRFC RadioVision's Live at Lunch and a ton of other things on YouTube. Just search for KRFC RadioVision if you're not already on YouTube. You can check us out on Facebook. Of course, if you're in northern Colorado, you can listen to KRFC on 88.9 FM, Fort Collins. And yeah, hit that bell or whatever on the YouTubes and stuff if you're interested in getting the updates. We release a bunch of stuff on the YouTube page. So here we are with Bevin Luna, KRFC, live at lunch, 7 yeah.
Done been fed up, trying to so hard. Gonna get on this bus, gonna ride real far. Gonna cut off my hair, buy a real cheap guitar. Gonna call my mama, tell her I'm a star. And I keep counting, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. Well, alright. Oh, yeah. Running hard and getting braver. Caught a bus without a bar. Well, Herman has some buzz to pay, yeah. The yelling and coaching for. Well, hurricane the train station. Louisiana surely wrong. The track was down, I think we're stuck here. Gotta find a smoking car. And I keep counting, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. Well, alright. Oh, yeah. Well, off the grid, off the paper, gone beyond the beyonds. We ain't got much time left. The phone booth's the next station. You gave me life and wanna pay me. You threw my clothes in the yard. You pulled my records, Lord help me. Got 'em all in the car. And I keep counting, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. Well, off the grid, off the paper, gone beyond the beyonds. You gave me life and wanted payment. You threw my clothes in the yard.
Woo! I want to do that every time you guys finish a song.
Please do.
Woo!
Like that.
7 yeah.
Yeah, you guys didn't really sell a lot of tickets. It's kind of
No,
a
it's an
low-
empty room.
It's kind of
Me and-
yeah,
me
kind of a
and
dead
Eric.
dead crowd tonight. Yeah, playing to the DJs and the bartenders.
It's like COVID live streaming.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, speaking of the people in the room,
Yeah.
we've got Eric Delanus. We've got me, I'm Sean. We've got Michael DeLeon taking some pictures. We have Chris Winslow. Let's see. I'm trying to think. I didn't write it down. Sorry, guys. We have Andy Howes. We have Colton Boening. And we have Cameron and Jeremy. Trying to get everybody.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
That's the crew today. Heck yeah, I should have written that down in advance. I did not. I'll take a note for next time. But they do an amazing job, don't they?
They
It's
do.
so
Yes.
fantastic.
So professional,
This
so fast,
live at
efficient.
lunch crew. So Yeah, I do. I wanted to talk. We kind of got to Madison and Angeles. We talked a little bit about Buchanan as well. And you're already working on new music. What's the plans for the future at this moment?
At this moment, it is to really put together an album-length set of recordings, and I've got a handful already I'm working on, and just need time to, get those demos together,
Get it all
and
together.
Figure out a plan for where to record it, and take a break after we've been pushing pretty hard with Madison and Angeles, and just trying to promote it and play as much as possible, and
Nice.
and then it'll be time to put it to sleep over the winter. Madison and Angeles can go back into their graves that they
Bedtime.
crawled out of in Memphis. But yeah, so hopefully over the winter start working on some of that stuff.
Some of the new stuff.
Yeah.
Well, and speaking about the future and the present, I guess as well, you just received a grant from Black Fret, who is new to the Fort Collins community, but has been around some other cities. And do you want to give us a little background on Black Fret? Like, what do they do? And I think they've held 2 events here so far, and I think you were in one of them, if I remember correctly.
Old Town Stage.
Give us a little bit of info on Black Fret and maybe a little bit about the grant you just received and how that will be utilized in your future.
Yeah, Black Fret is new to town, and they're an organization that supports independent musicians and help them to get in front of larger crowds, and they provide grants for marketing, promotion, recording, whatever you need. They're there to support the artists and kind of help them get that kickstart to the next level. And they're doing great work, and they've named 10 different artists in Colorado right now, including like Big Richard, and I know that Poor Lolo played at our last set at Old Town Square, and then Claire Haywood, and there's a number of others like Alicia Kraft that Dee plays with, Veronica May.
Awesome.
Can't think of the others, but there's a number of amazing bands that are on that list right now. So it's really cool to be a part of that first class here in Colorado,
that's
and
cool.
We appreciate the support because we definitely need it. And they basically provided a grant for us to work on,
Just
videos, marketing, whatever
cool.
we need, and
Just get the work done.
yeah, totally.
That's the hardest part sometimes.
We're super grateful. They have chapters in Seattle and Austin, and I know there's some other places they're doing work, like in Northwest Arkansas as well.
Cool.
Yeah, so super
Awesome.
cool organization.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, I know they came in and toured KRFC a few months ago, and so it's good to have you on and be able to talk more about Black Fret, and hopefully we'll see more events coming up, because I think they did one at Shaped Music, and then the one downtown a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So looking forward to hearing more about that as you utilize the grant as well. That's really cool. There's a lot of grant opportunities out there, but they're hard to find sometimes and hard to get, and you have to be, they're a lot of times limited in scope. So this is really cool.
It is
really
cool.
really
I'm
exciting.
super
So let's see, you've got an upcoming show as well. That's at Aggie. You want to tell us about that upcoming show?
Yes, we're so excited about that. It's going to be with Sugar Britches for their album release.
Sweet.
And that's a situation where Lance will be playing with Sugar Britches.
Yes.
And we're going to have Joe Schicke play with us.
Oh,
And
cool. So
we're going to switch
it
the puzzle
up.
around a little bit.
Nice.
And then we'll have Dee
Joe's
and
great,
AJ
too.
and Justin. So that's going to be a really fun show.
Awesome.
And Dano Simpson is opening as well.
Nice.
So,
Okay, September 24th at the Aggie Theater in downtown Fort Collins.
Yep.
Really sweet. And let's see, we've got a little bit of time here. We've got probably about 13, 14 minutes or so. Why don't you guys play another couple songs? It looks like Bob's up next. This is that one I was saying that has awesome instrumentals in the middle of it that just blew my mind. And I was like, how's she doing this as a singer-songwriter? So
I tried it one time and it didn't work very well.
Didn't work
Kinda awkward. So I was like, I don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah.
I think it was with you when we played
at
the Forge.
The Forge?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah. Well, just got to strip it down and rearrange it to turn it into a country song next time.
Maybe I will do
But
that. I love that idea.
yeah,
Yep.
I think Bob is a great name for a country song. So,
Me too, actually.
all right, Bevin Luna here on KRFC's Live at Lunch. You need another second to tune up here? Okay, got to tune it back up after the tuning down.
It's real handy to have you reminding us to tune down and tune back up.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's just written on the set list, but if we have a person saying it.
Got to have like song, key, capo.
Are you busy on the 24th?
I'm not. I'll just stand in front of you guys, just like now.
I usually put it on on the set list. Tune up, Luna.
Exactly.
Reminder in all caps and bold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can always
Maybe one to put on
do
your
make some little
apple
interludes.
Yeah.
Right.
Sharpening my process, gotta get that overhead. Maybe we could break even, make money instead. Oh yeah, well that's fine. How do people make a living? Straight broken, misled, banging on these old guitars, just like some old friends. Oh yeah, well that's fine.
That's right. Thank you. I was going to do it, and then I was like, should I do it? Does it need a woo? All right, Bob with Bevin Luna. And coming up next, we're going to hear Masquerade. Once again, another song off Madison and Angeles.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a song that Justin and I wrote together during the pandemic, another one of those remote collaborations.
Nice.
So, yeah, we were super excited about that one.
Did you do a lot of collaborations like that over the pandemic, or songwriting collaborations? Or
Yeah, there were a handful. There's some that haven't been recorded yet,
Nice.
for sure, so those will be coming out slowly, but mainly it was Buchanan and Masquerade. So,
Okay, cool.
But yeah, and then we just did a music video for that.
Sweet.
And as part of the 5314
Yeah, awesome.
music video series, and it's out on YouTube. So, yeah.
Nice. That'll be a good one to check out.
We ready?
Just relax, everything is gonna be okay. 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 Just relax, everything is gonna be okay.
All right, Masquerade here on KRFC, live at lunch. Bevin Luna. We still got a few more minutes, so real quick, why don't you just tell us, where can people find you online, beyond your show at the Aggie, of course, on September 24th. What's a good place to look for you online?
So there's multiple places.
Learn more information.
Yeah, Instagram is Bevin Luna Music. BevinLuna.com is the website. Bevin Luna Music on Facebook. And if you would like merch or anything like that, you can find all of that on the website as well, which includes Lancapalooza t-shirts that are still for sale.
Woo!
We're not giving those up. Yeah, but there's lots of merch from over the years out there that you can find on the website. And yeah, also Twitter, just kind of all over the place.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see, we kind of left this area. It looks like we have about 5 minutes left, maybe a little less. Kind of left this open for you to determine if you wanted to just rock for 5 minutes, or you want to squeeze in a song and a half or something.
We might just rock for 5 minutes.
You guys want to jam out the end?
To decide, though. He said Allie's, you said 30.
I'm cool with Allie.
Yeah, of course you're cool with that. It's because I want you to solo long and hard on this. That's why you're going to be okay with it.
I got you.
You see how the
All
democracy
right, what's the name of the
works
song?
Allie's on fire.
Alley's on Fire. All
Yep.
right, Bevin Luna here on KRFC RadioVision, live at lunch. Thank you all so much for coming in today. Crush it.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Ponderosa pine trees, California gumbuds leave. Ponderosa pine trees, California gumbuds leave. Cornfields, the Kudzu, Black Hills, National Park fees, park fees, park fees. Land of the beautiful. Tribute to democracy, democracy, democracy. Ponderosa pine trees, California golden birds leave. Ponderosa pine trees, California golden birds leave. New York, lawyer paid a compliment to Gray, the Danish sculptor. 14 years work stopped there, 14 years work stopped there. Haven't learned nothing yet, or haven't learned nothing yet. Please remove the fireworks out from under the trees. Please remove the fireworks out from under the trees. Please remove the fireworks out from under the trees. Please remove the fireworks out from under the trees. should tell them. Maybe someone should tell them. The alley's on fire. The alley's on fire. The alley's on fire. The alley's on
Thank you for listening to Live at Lunch, and thank you to the Music District here in the heart of Fort Collins, Colorado. Live at Lunch is produced by KRFC 88.9 FM in the Ginger and Baker studio. If you'd like to appear on Live at Lunch, email our music director, David Vacek, at david@krfcfm.org.